Hey, yo, I'm right here. I'm right here, man. I know I'm wearing camo, but hopefully you guys can see me. And check out these rotors, slotted and drilled. Is this an upgrade for your vehicle? That's a big question everybody asks. Me, growing up, I loved the look of slotted and drilled rotors, but as I got older and just a little bit wiser, I found out that these slots and these drills don't really benefit your vehicle that much. Heck, even F1 cars have a solid piece rotor. So are these cool looking rotors actually going to benefit your vehicle? Are they worth the money, or is this just an aesthetic appearance mod? Well, stay tuned and you'll find out. Alright guys, so about 2 years ago, I picked up these Nakamoto, right? Is that what it's called? Let's bring in the box right there. 2 years ago, I picked up the Nakamoto brakes on eBay for Black Friday. If I recall, I paid about $60 for the front kit. It comes with two rotors, and obviously you got your brake pads. Now, we're gonna talk a little bit about the material these are made out of, why I went with this, and why I haven't installed them yet. First things first, guys, I got about 85,000 miles on my Honda Civic right now. The factory rotors are still the factory rotors. I've never changed them with 85,000 miles. The only thing I changed were the brake pads, and I changed those around 40,000 miles. So overall, the car's doing pretty good. But during aggressive braking and high-speed braking, I do get some wiggle in the steering wheel, which leads me to believe that my rotors are warped. And what a warped rotor is, that let me see if I can show you. A warped rotor means it's not perfectly smooth on both sides. It's not straight. It has a little divot or bend to the rotor. So then when you're applying the brake, every time the brake pads spin over that area that's hunched and sticking out, you feel that pulsation in your brake pedal. So how do you get warped rotors? Well, the way I think I got my warped rotors is aggressive driving, and then either you hit a rain puddle and that cold water spills on your hot rotor, and that chemical reaction creates the warpage in your rotor. So I'm very pleased to say for the last 2 years that I thought I was going to need to install these, I'm still milking those factory rotors on those changed pads that I've been running. But I think its life is almost over and winter's coming around the corner, so I definitely want to change, get the new pads in, get the new rotors in, so I'm not stuck doing a brake job in the winter in the Midwest where it's freezing and snowing and raining and hailing and everything else you can think of. So the reason I went with this whole kit ran about $60. Yes, $60, which is pretty dang good and cheap for a full front brake kit, especially since these are zinc coated. Now, I've ran a bunch of cheap brake pads. I actually got the same Nakamoto brand for someone else's vehicle, and those were not zinc coated. They came oiled up in the packaging, and then they rusted really fast, and it just destroyed the look of the vehicle. So for my vehicle, I made sure I bought the Nakamoto ones with a zinc coating, and the zinc coating, like I mentioned, just prevents corrosion and rust in the metal. So hopefully they keep looking shiny just like this once they're on the vehicle. They look pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. This does look nice and aggressive. And for the price, knowing that I'm on a budget every single day, I went with these. If I was to get an OEM set, it would probably run me double than this. So I figured, why not go ahead and buy these, test them out, check how they handle, check how long they last. Originally, I was looking for a rotor that just had the slots. Slots, in my opinion, in my book, they're okay. The drills is what's scary. These holes right here, I had a buddy of mine that had drilled and slotted rotors, and whatever was drilled out, it actually started cracking from the hole, and then his whole rotor cracked. And it all started from that little drill. So it all depends who manufactures it, how well it's made, and is it gonna sustain? Now, the factory Honda Civic comes with ceramic pads. Pads obviously have a material on them, which is metal, and it's a type of metal that helps create friction between the rotor and the pad when the brake is applied. The better the friction material is, the better and faster you are going to stop your vehicle. but there are some pros and cons to the material used in these brake pads. Currently these days we have ceramic brake pads, which are very common on most vehicles because they are quiet, they last a long time, they don't squeak. Then you have semi-metallic materials. Again, different kind of metal in the brake pad. The semi-metallic brake pads might help stop your vehicle a little bit faster, but they might associate some noise during braking. Then you got full... Every time I film, guys, just know I'm dealing with this every time. The dogs, the air conditioner, the planes flying over. It's a struggle, man. Hit that like button to support your boy. So then you have metallic pads. Those are even more aggressive. These days you have carbon ceramic brakes, which I find that are very interesting because obviously you guys know those fancy nice cars, now they just have carbon brakes. So carbon is very lightweight, it doesn't create much dust, and supposedly carbon rotors last forever. You don't have to replace them. So technology is always improving. Like I said, our Honda Civic came factory ceramic pads. This whole kit is a semi-metallic kit. So this kit should create more friction, it should help with braking, and obviously with all these vents and all these drills and slots, it is a vented disc, should help keep the brakes cool and performing well. But we will only find out the feedback of this once we get them installed and we do some testing after we break them in properly, which I'll show you guys when we're going to be bedding in the pads into the rotor. We'll make a video of that. We'll tell you how to break in your brakes properly. But I just wanted to make a quick video talking about these rotors because I didn't mention much in the old video that I made long time ago. I didn't really go into detail why I picked them up. And as a summary, guys, Nakamoto brakes, go ahead, click the link in the description to pick up yourself a set of these. Essentially, they are slotted. The slotted helps remove brake dust and gas during hard braking. They are drilled, CNC cross drilled to help reduce heat spots and cracking at the hole. Remember that cracking is a big issue, so hopefully you guys don't experience it because it could be pretty bad. And then it's saying that the vents that are on the inside, it's saying that right here it's saying that the vents on the inside right here can be designed. So this one isn't like a directional design, it's just a straight cut. Some of them have a directional pattern for the airflow, so if you have directional vented cooled rotors, make sure you install them on the appropriate side of the vehicle, otherwise they won't be really cooling and you'll overheat the vehicle. And last but not least, zinc coated reduces rust and corrosion for a longer lasting and better looking rotor. So it has all the basic necessities to make a good brake, to make a good rotor and pad. But yeah, let's install them, let's figure it out. I'll give you my honest feedback on these rotors. I'm very hesitant about them. Honestly, like I mentioned before, I was very skeptical about drilled rotors. I was thinking about going just a full solid rotor like factory rotors are, but you know, I wanted to experiment a little bit, and for $60 this doesn't look that bad. Now does it? Anyway guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to this channel. Hopefully you enjoyed some of this information. Now you know why I got these slotted and drilled rotors. Stay tuned for the future videos where we're going to install these. We're going to do some testing. We're going to bed them in properly. And hopefully you can learn with me as we go on. So peace. See you. Thanks for watching.
I ain't here for the money. I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you. Come along and see it's true. But the